Open world games are pretty popular these days, and with the number of new ones dropping in 2024, it's easy to forget what's on the horizon. It is easy to forget there is a ton of awesome games coming next year in 2025. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Chaos here, and today we're going to be checking out 10 open world games scheduled for release in 2025 that you definitely want to have on your radar. You let me know which of these you're most excited for. Drop a like. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel with those notifications on. And let's get going at number 10. Pokemon Legends Z and A. Now, after Palworld gave the Pokemon Company a bit of a scare, I guess it did, should be pretty clear that the next mainline Pokemon game is going to be a lot bigger and more ambitious than the last few. Look, I love Pokemon as much as the next guy, but we should all be in agreement that they could be doing a lot more with the formula in the 2020s, and that seems to be what's going on with Pokemon Legends. This game is going to be a follow-up to the first Pokemon Legends game from 2022. It will take place in a fictional region inspired by Paris. It's going to let you explore a redeveloped version of Lumio City, and this game will also mark the return of the Mega Evolution mechanic from Pokemon X and Y, which is going to be pretty cool. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are committed to a 2025 release for this game, and if the team are taking community feedback into account, this may end up being one of the best Pokemon games in a long time. At number 9, I'm super excited for this, Knights of the Old Republic, the remake. This game has been a bit of a mystery for a long time because while it was revealed in 2021, there was a ton of behind-the-scenes drama regarding its publisher and parent company. At one point, it even seemed like the game had been canceled. But a couple months ago, it was confirmed that the game is indeed still in development. According to Saber Interactive, the team in charge of the project, the KOTOR remake has been in the works for over 6 years, and according to inside sources, it's now basically just a matter of who's going to front the publishing costs, and Sony is apparently no longer involved. There's basically a 0% chance this game comes out this year. But with how long it's been in development and how much hype there is, I'd be shocked if we don't get it in 2025, honestly. And we should be getting an announcement very soon. As a longtime fan of the early 2000s Star Wars games, I cannot wait to see how KOTOR is translated to a modern gaming formula. At number 8, Fable, also known as Fable 4. This series reboot is set to be one of Microsoft's heavy hitters for 2025, and so far, it does look promising. The original Fable came out in 2001 on the original Xbox, and it was one of the most unique games in Microsoft's lineup at the time. The original trilogy concluded in 2010. The series reboot has been in development for over 6 years. We got our first look at Fable last year with a trailer that kind of blended cinematic cutscenes with some very, very realistic looking gameplay footage, and it looks like this game is going to be a technical powerhouse, assuming that no downgrades happen between the trailer and launch. Now, we've gotten a bit of mixed messaging regarding the state of the game as early in 2023. A few gaming insiders claimed that Fable was still in early production, but then in June of 2023, Microsoft showed off a full-fledged trailer for it, suggesting it was relatively close to the finish line. Now, Fable isn't on Xbox's 2024 release schedule, but it's very likely we'll see it launch next year, and I'm honestly excited for this one. I love the original Fable series, and from the looks of the trailer, this one has that energy and vibe. At number 7, Far Cry 7. This is one of the most influential open-world shooters in gaming, but a lot of longtime fans have been wanting something a bit more fresh. According to several trusted inside sources, Ubisoft is currently cooking up something really cool that will be unlike anything that the Far Cry series has seen. According to the leaks, Far Cry 7, which is presumably going to be revealed this year and released in 2025, is going to have you playing as a character working against the clock to venture around an open-world map and save the various members of their family from this conspiracy group that's taken them hostage. You'll have to interrogate various members of the group. You can save the family members in any order you want to, but you only have a certain amount of time to do so, meaning the game is intended to be played over and over again, similar to the classic Dead Rising games. This is the kind of formula shakeup that a lot of Far Cry players have been asking for. We'll see if they actually want it. With how much open-world burnout the gaming world has been experiencing, this could be massive, or it could be a huge swing and miss. At number 6, Borderlands 4. The Borderlands series is iconic to video games, and with the movie adaptation coming later this year, we might be living through a massive resurgence. It's been confirmed that a new Borderlands game is currently in development. Earlier this year, developers Gearbox Software were bought out by Take-Two Interactive, the same company that publishes Grand Theft Auto, which is a much bigger deal than a lot of people realize. It's been 5 years since the last mainland Borderlands game. While that game got mixed reviews, the 2022 spinoff Tiny Tina's Wonderlands was a huge hit, and it did breathe new life into the series. Now, it's unknown just how well the Borderlands movie is going to do at the box office, but it's very likely that Gearbox and Take-Two are going to try and get Borderlands 4 out the door by the end of next year. Hopefully, the team will take all the best ideas from Tiny Tina's Wonderland, mix them with the classic Borderlands formula, and give us the best game so far. Now we crack into the top 5. Venom. This is a game that hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but it was more or less revealed by the massive Insomniac game leak earlier that happened this year. According to internal material leaked from Insomniac Studios, this is not only a Venom spin-off game in development, it's also scheduled for release next year, before the long-awaited Wolverine game, which is apparently scheduled for the year after. According to insider reports, the Venom game is basically going to be Spider-Man 2.5. Feature a shorter length game than Insomniac's mainline Spidey games, but focus on the conflict between Spider-Man and Venom, which I think is a good idea since the main story of Spider-Man 2 kind of felt like it was throwing Venom in at the last minute. It was also confirmed by Venom's voice actor Tony Todd that roughly 90% of the dialogue he recorded for Spider-Man 2 was not used in the final build of the game, which also suggests that it's going to be used elsewhere. I mean, will you play as Venom in the Venom game, or will you play as Spidey? I don't know. Perhaps it's like the Ultimate Spider-Man game from 2005 where you split your time playing as both Venom and Spidey so you can see the story from two perspectives. I'm going to assume that Sony is going to officially reveal this game later this year, potentially at one of their summer presentations, because it's actually going to come out in 2025. They got to get going on their marketing plan. At number 4, Mafia 5. Another game that was leaked from several trusted sources, and we more or less know what exactly the story will be about when it's going to be released. According to reports, Mafia 4, I said 5, didn't I? Mafia 4 will be split between Sicily and the United States in the early 20th century and is going to be revealed at the upcoming Summer Games Fest. This is going to be a long time coming. It's been almost a decade since Mafia 3. That game wasn't the best. But the re-releases of Mafia 1 and 2 have done a great job revitalizing that IP, and I'm ready to see what the team can do with the benefit of hindsight. Now we arrive at the top 3. Death Stranding 2. I'll say it, Death Stranding was one of the weirdest games of the last decade, but it did find a following on both the PlayStation and PC, and it's one of those games that really grows on you as you sink more and more time into it and you try to understand the world. Sony confirmed that a direct sequel is in development and scheduled to launch in 2025. The first trailer for the game was released in early 2024, and yes, it looks as weird and wacky as the first one, but that's part of the charm. Death Stranding 2 is likely going to be a much bigger release than the first game now that people have had a few years to really dive into the original and understand what was going on, which I still don't. And according to the game's director, it was roughly a year from completion in May of 2024. So you can expect this one to launch mid to late 2025 on the PS5 and the PC port, probably coming a few months later, or possibly even the same day as a PS5 version, considering how aggressive Sony has been expanding their PC gaming market. At number 2, Monster Hunter Wilds. Capcom has been on a winning streak the last few years. Resident Evil, Street Fighter, Dragon's Dogma. Monster Hunter has been a tad up and down over the last couple decades, but the upcoming Monster Hunter Wild looks like it's going to be a huge hit and follow directly in the footsteps of the incredibly popular Monster Hunter World from 2018. Now, Wild was announced at the 2023 Game Awards. It's set for release on PC, PS5, and Xbox in 2025. So Capcom is likely going to start heavily promoting the game this summer, and with how much they've been enjoying doing cross-game promotional events, I'm expecting there to be a ton of Monster Hunter crossovers in the next year or two to get people hyped. According to the early gameplay footage and the official details shared by the developers, it's going to feature a massive, breathtaking open world with a ton of new creatures for you to tame and battle on your quest for survival. Now, it's available for wishlisting right now, so go get it. At number 1, was there ever any doubt? Grand Theft Auto 6. This is going to be the biggest game launch of 2025 and possibly the entire decade and possibly in gaming history. After a decade plus of rumors, a decade plus of leaks and speculation, Grand Theft Auto 6 is finally coming. Rockstar officially confirmed it with a trailer late last year. Plus, not too long ago, publisher Take-Two confirmed they're planning on launching GTA 6 in the second half of 2025, meaning it's most likely going to be somewhere between August and December, which makes sense historically because new Rockstar games have launched in either September or October. GTA 6 is taking us back to Vice City, 2 new protagonists, open world, new gameplay mechanics, and if the leaks are be believed, it's also going to have an extremely sophisticated weather system, extremely deep NPC integrations, and the most realistic character animations ever put in a game. GTA 6 is going to launch on the Xbox and PlayStation in the second half of 2025. Now, the PC version has not been 100% confirmed. I would say a year later. Get ready. GTA 6 will completely break the internet because the hype is so insane and the sales numbers are going to be the most ridiculous of all time. I mean, GTA 5 generated over $1 billion in the first 2 days on the market. The GTA community has only gotten bigger. So how quickly do you think GTA 6 is going to make the first billion? Because I honestly think it'll happen in less than 12 hours. And there you have it, my friends. Those are 10 open world games that you can fully expect to drop in 2025 that you want to have on your radar. I hope you guys have a great day. Let me know one game I didn't mention that deserved to be, and I'll see you soon.